Hello and welcome to a sports-themed episode of Historically Marked. I am in Kansas City, Missouri, outside a museum complex that both hosts the American Jazz Museum as well as the National Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. But the latter I am focusing on. I did go inside both the museums. I highly recommend. I mean, you can buy them as a combo. I'll explain more on that later on. But yeah, it's definitely an important slice of American history. I will go ahead and show you the marker, which is behind this building, as well as, you know, stories of how this became to be home here in Kansas City. So, I mean, because, you know, in Cooperstown, New York, you know, that's where the, you know, the National Baseball Museum Hall of Fame is. So, but this is where, if you want to see a lot of unsung heroes, this is where you go, right here. All right, so this is what it looks like when you enter from 18th Street. That's the Jazz Museum, and that's the Negro Leagues Museum. And if you want to buy both tickets, just go to the tickets for both museums, that is. Just go to that gift shop right there. She'll gladly help you out. Behind the museum buildings are these two historical markers, both erected by the native sons and daughters of Greater Kansas City. One's on the American Jazz Museum. This one is the one I'm mostly focusing on in this episode, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Here is a story about how the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum got its home in Kansas City. Check it out. All right, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, or the NLBM, located in Kansas City's historic 18th and Vine Jazz District, is dedicated to preserve the rich history of professional African-American baseball of the early 1900s to the 1950s, and its profound impact on the social advancement of America. The privately funded nonprofit museum was incorporated in 1990, 2 blocks from the Paseo YMCA, where in 1920, Andrew Rube Foster established the Negro National League, one of the most powerful men in baseball, and yeah, he's an unsung hero. Through the inspiration of Horace M. Peterson III, who lived from 1945 to 1992, he was the founder of the Black Archives of Mid-America, which is a building, you can't see it, I can, but the camera probably doesn't do you justice, but it's behind those bushes. And the passionate leadership of Negro Leagues legend John Buck O'Neill, who lived from 1911 to 2006, a group of local historians, business leaders, and former professional baseball players came together, and they created this museum that would give voice to a remarkable chapter of American history. The NLBM opened its doors to the public in a tiny one-room office space in 1991. By 1994, the NLBM expanded to a 2,000 square foot space in the Lincoln Building, which became the catalyst for redevelopment of the historic 18th and Vine Jazz District. In November 1997, when the dream was realized, when the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum joined the American Jazz Museum as part of the new Museums at 18th and Vine complex. The Negro League Baseball Museum houses a 10,000 square foot exhibit featuring multimedia displays, several film exhibits, hundreds of photographs, 12 bronze sculptures of Negro League baseball legends, and a growing collection of artifacts. In July 2006, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum gained national distinction from the U.S. Congress, earning the designation as America's National Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. So yeah, it's definitely great that, I mean, this is the official spot. This is where, as much as I hate to say it, a lot of unsung heroes and forgotten people, that's the word I didn't want to say, forgotten people. I mean, this is where they are given a lot of attention to, and yes, I mean, it's definitely an important chapter in American sports history because, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of prejudices, there was a lot of segregation, especially up until, you know, post-World War II, when Jackie Robinson and Larry Doby, among many others, helped integrate Major League Baseball. But I'm going to go ahead and go inside the museum here. And like I said, there's very limited photography, no video, and so I'm only going to show you probably a few pictures I took. I know, I broke the rules.